Yeah, I think the cast is cursed, or whatever people call it, is kind of a weird thing to say because that would just mean that would just assume that you have to be 100% correct on something you have no empirical data on whatsoever. Be like, oh, this game shouldn't go past 30 minutes, but you don't know what could happen in that time.
True,
But we're gonna
100%
see,
accurate.
but we're gonna see a Shaco ban. We're gonna see the Zoe follow up and an Ari yet again being banned out.
Yep, and boy, a lot of Aris this week in particular being taken away. Is everybody just a big fan of Ari? What's the what's your perspective on Ari as a champion? You know, she does have a pretty decently strong kit and great ability to help set up a play, but I never really assumed her to be the most commonly banned champion in this entire season so far.
Akali does provide a lot of good outplay. Sure, she has really good scaling, and she can do a lot of things in the mid lane right now, especially if you get paired up against maybe like the Akali or the Irelia gets through. You know, as an Ahri, you can get away from them or even beat them. You like I said with the outplay potential,
Hmm.
as well as Ahri might just be very specific target bans. I think Babylot is an avid Ahri player, if I remember correctly, if that's what I think Arctic told me that I think it's Babylot he plays Ari quite a bit. So I can see why
Okay.
Ari's banned. Also, if you want to get into like maybe the more like odd thing is the new skins are out, so you know don't want to see them being picked just because the skin. You know,
That sounds awesome.
you get that terrible player who's like, oh man, I've never played Ari in my life, but I got the new skin, so I'm gonna play it. So, but
Yeah, some people can only be so lucky.
yeah, but we did see Urgot and Morgana being banned. Nothing too abnormal. We do see Maokai being picked up. Maokai. Last time we saw Maokai, he did terrible. So we'll have to see if Team Fish Taco can bring it back. Were they the last ones to play it though? That's the question. Where is it? No, they did
Obelisk
not
is going
play
to
it.
secure the Akali. Just as you mentioned just a moment ago, Ari is a type of champion that you can use to cancel out some of those Akali plays. But now with Akali in this matchup, it's definitely going to be a very interesting turn of events for who's going to have to play against this Akali. Pike on the other side as well. Akali very good at setting up a big execution for a Pike. This is definitely going to be good synergy to see in the match to come for that. But Lucian being secured for Impressed. Let's see if Lydius will take the support here. We'll certainly find out.
The real question,
Taco.
the real question on the mind is Pike going mid and Akali top. That's the real question on the mind right now.
And it's Braum being quick secured, so it's a Lucian Braum combo. Classic combo between the bot laners. Good job by good secure there by those two. Pike, I think, will have a little bit of difficulty trying to capitalize on a Braum in the matchup. Let's see how our option now that Akali is available, where Akali is going to end up as Sivir is being secured, and so will the bot lane be secured.
Well, we don't know if the bot lane secured. Pike can go mid, and they can throw a Kali top. Both of those champions are flexible at this point.
That'll be awesome. I hope that I can see a Pike in the mid lane here.
I've seen it. It's been done. It's very strong. I've seen it into the Akali, and it completely obliterated that Akali. So that's the real question right now is I wonder how they're prioritizing this. Will Akali go top into the Maokai, or will they actually have Pike as just the normal support pick? The Kindred being banned out is not too abnormal.
You know, I gotta say, the Pike in particular, seeing it in the mid lane, I hear just a little bit of your voice just feeling a little bit deflated when it went to when you started talking about that support. I hope it's because you are more excited to hear a Pike in mid lane again, just because of how well it did last time. I'm hoping that is exactly going to be the case, because it would be really fun to see something like that a second time around for you. And for me, I'd love to see it for the first time.
I've seen it a few times. I've played with it, not as it, but I've played with it being in the mid lane, and it did really good. I've seen it, and it's done really good. I just, I mean, there's a lot of questions because if Pike
Hmm.
is support it won't have the easiest time in that bot lane. Now Sivir's just gonna look to farm and push at this point. You're not really looking for the kills. So to have Pyke, who's an extremely strong engage type champion who wants to kill the lane, I don't see why you would actually want to put it there, especially leaving the Braum Lucian available to be taken as it was in the very first chance that they got. Obviously, they waited because they did have first pick, so they didn't want to pick Lucian and have Braum stolen and vice versa. So that's what I imagined they were doing. So I mean, we still have to see. We didn't see any supports being banned out in the second phase. So I wonder if Team Fish Talk would just assume it's support since the Akali is picked up.
Yeah, and Camille over here will either be sitting in the jungle or be taking topside. I don't think Camille jungle is really that powerful. Although against a Maokai in the top side, I think Camille might have her own struggles as well, depending on the macro decisions of Jinsen and Jin McCain. I don't know what kind of decisions a Maokai will do, considering how poorly it ended up executing last time. Oh boy, it's a Poppy coming in. That looks like a Poppy jungle.
It should be, and the Camille jungle is actually really strong. It's really strong. It has such good engage. It has such good 1v1 potential. So if you get invaded by the enemy jungler, or you want to invade yourself, or you just happen to meet them, you can fight it very easily. So the Camille jungle is really strong, and it definitely will set up the lanes for good ganking potentials. So it will be Pyke as a support, and it looks like the Sandra will be top. That's upsetting.
Yeah, it would be funny to see if Sivir's actually going to be mid and Akali and then Camille last second will be playing in the bot lane. Could you imagine the silliness of a heavy engaging bot lane like that? But against a Lucian Braum, I don't think the chances of that success would be very high. But yes, I will give it a bit of a second thought. The Camille's that I've seen, at least in the EO that I am in currently, certainly can't seem to figure out the macro play very well, and certainly do not know how to jungle that successfully with a Camille. So I always imagine, like, hey, you see, monkey see, monkey do when it comes to how a performance of a champion goes. If you see someone do it really well, it's like, okay, you can factor that in and it's a good job. But then you see somebody do it really poorly and it's like, okay, maybe it's just the champion's not that great.
So it looks like it's going to be Poppy top lane with Maokai in the jungle. That is very interesting. Maokai jungle hasn't been a thing for a very long time.
He's quite a number of seasons, in fact.
I mean, his clear speed won't be too bad because of the empowered seedlings. And most of the enemies that he fights around, he does have. I mean, he has good. Like, so when he gets both of the buffs, he will have the bush. He'll have the bush for raptors, and then he also has a little bit of AOE anyway with his Q. So I don't think his clear is gonna be too bad, but he's definitely gonna have to watch out for the invade from Obelisk.
Mm-hmm. So, one thing that is... Wait. What the... Sorry, I think I'm having quite a strange technical difficulty right there. Okay, let me see if I reconnect. I think I'm having a very bizarre spectator bug going on right now. I think, for some reason, Riot thinks I'm one of the players in the game, and it's trying to load me in advance.
That's interesting.
That is the most bizarrest bug I've ever said. Apparently, I am somehow being included in with the other 10 players to watch the game at the exact same time as the game is going on. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to just quit out of that one and try to reconnect and try to join you. I've never even experienced quite a bug quite like that before. Holy moly. Yeah, I'm just going to have to... I guess I don't have much of a choice here. I'm going to have to wait until the spectator delay is done and try to spectate with you at the same time. Wow. I don't... How does that even happen? Quite sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so... is the favor in the fan category, is it more favor to the Revenants right now? Revenants Black, since they have their first win and quite the elo advantage with a few diamonds, they have the advantage here?
Wait, say that again?
Sorry, Revenant's black. They've got a win. They've got also quite the number of diamond advantage against their opponent. So is this just going to be another win for Revenant's black for the first match, or what is your opinion of it?
I mean, anything can happen. Sometimes ranks can be deceiving. I mean, sometimes I would like to think that even though the Revenants Black does have more of higher elo players, that they're not just going to be able to walk over this. Um, but I mean, we'll just have to see. I'm
Oh, oh, okay. So I just found out in the patch notes, just since I had a quick second to take a look at it,
yeah,
Malachi's E has just recently changed. It's now more percentage health damage in the early scent, and also it's a shorter cooldown.
by 1 second. Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah,
The patch notes probably just came out today or since I've been on. But
yeah.
still, even still, Maokai is a jungler. Like he has okay gank potential, but his clear speed still won't be quite as fast. Like that 1%. I mean, 1 or 2% at level 1 and level 3. It's not that crazy. So I still don't agree with the Maokai as a jungler. I don't think it's as strong as it used to be, especially when you have other things like a Camille who can clear several times faster and have a way bigger presence in the game. The good thing though, or the better thing, or maybe the underlying factors, if the game goes later, Maokai is just a great frontliner. He has a great ult to either engage or disengage fights from out of nowhere almost, although it's very slow moving, but it's hard to dodge. So as long as he doesn't get completely obliterated in the jungle, he should be okay, and the Team Fish Taco should be quite fine. Again, I hope it's not one of those situations though where they're like, "Oh, Maokai got buffed, let's just play him," and it's really not the best scenario.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out the old-fashioned way of watching the game to determine whether this Malachi changes is really the it factor to get this damage for the buff itself. Let's just hope, for the sake of Malachi in this matchup, he does not fall behind too far from the Camille, as the clear speed, as you mentioned, is extremely more favored for Camille. Let's see which one wins the buff race from the very start. So as for me in particular with my technical difficulties, folks, still waiting on hopefully the full load-in. As you can see right now, there's seems to be a small loading problem for the Malachi as he's still hovering what appears to be 60 or 80%. Yeah, 60% right now. Hopefully it will not lead to a 4v5 situation. But they do only have so much of a pause time. Could you give the fans a small reminder of that pause time, actually?
I have no clue, honestly. Most games have not passed the pause time more than a few minutes, so it hasn't become an issue yet. All the players know their limit. I imagine it's probably no more than 10 minutes per game. But while we wait, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the first game of this series, and it will be Team Fish Taco versus Revenant Black. On that blue side will be Team Fish Taco Academy for the first game with Jin McCain on the top lane. Poppy, we have R Naster at none on the Maokai in the jungle. Taco Hoarder with the Blanc in the mid lane. We see Impressed and Lindis with the Lucian Braum on that bot side. And on the red side, we have Revenants Black with Jinsen on the Lissandra in the top lane. Obelisk with the Camille in the jungle. Babylot on the Akali mid. Spicy Boys and Prime Seawolf on the Silver Pike.
So far, all the runes looking to be that of a standard approach. Nothing really screams anything in particular other than the meta being more favored for Aftershock Lissandra. Everything else just seems to be nothing too out of the ordinary. So let's just see how that will work from this point onward. It looks to be only another 20% up for Malachi here. And never mind, it looks like he finally, either he loaded in or he will be having his difficulties in a moment. We'll find out. So it appears that despite the game finally being loaded in, I still cannot seem to join the spectate. If this does continue, perhaps I'll have to leave Gaiken alone here, because there's not exactly too much I can really add to the casting performance, I don't imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
if you can't join the game, then I'm probably what the heck was that? I guess oh, that's the fans for the KDA stuff. Ha! That's cool. I haven't played League all day, so
oh, that's awesome! Wow. Yeah, I haven't either. That was amazing.
if
I
you,
love that.
yeah, if you're having issues, then I mean, we'll
Yeah,
just have to
I'm
wait till
not
next
getting.
time.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to catch you on the next one. Good luck in the cast, man. No way. Like I'm just not getting a single spec. Like my spectate game is still in gray, so it's just 100% not working.
Okay.
Um, but good luck. I do hope that the game goes rather smoothly for you. And yeah, I hope you have a really good time. I really cannot believe my horrible luck. Anyway, I'll be hanging around in the general chat for any one of you that's still watching and just wants to hang out and just say hi while I wait for the next game to come around. Feel free to message me. Anyway, Gaiken, good luck. See you later, man.
All right, so it looks like I'm going to be by myself this game. We'll have to see if the next game does have the issues fixed up. But it's nothing new, nothing we're not used to, so. But we're going to see a standard point. We do see that Taco Hoarder is in that top, or bot side river brush. I'm really curious to see how much faster the clear speed is for a Maokai jungle. Again, it is a 1 second cooldown difference. Looks like Seawolf is going to push up a little bit. Throws a ward down. We just need Taco to just get a piece of chip damage on him. Again, you know, although I know Maokai has been buffed, you know, he has a little bit of a buff. I hope it's not one of those things where they're just like, he's buffed, let's play him. You know, like it says, oh, the early clear speed for the jungle has been improved, but... And it seems to be actually be quite well. Whoa, that was kind of scary. So it looks like both junglers did start their red buff. But excuse me, Revenants Black is going to know exactly where... I'm going to say Master at none, because I'm assuming that's what he was trying to put, instead of Arnaster. That'd be an interesting name, Arnaster. Arnaster of none. I don't imagine this bot lane for Revenants Black trying to get too aggressive. Playing into, you know, playing as a Braum Lucian. He's looking for it. They did hit level 2 first for Revenants Black. Jin McCain putting the pressure down. We're going to see another Lissandra with Aftershock. That seems to be the most common thing to have now. I'm quite surprised. I mean, I guess it's pretty good if you go, you know, you go in on them and you can proc the actual Aftershock. You get the bonus armor and magic resistance so you don't die, I guess, as quickly as you would without it. Still kind of weird, you know, to see. Like it's still kind of funny to see these defensive, you know, considerably defensive keystones on offensive style or mages mostly. Like I think recently I saw Grasp of the Undying on Twisted Fate. But we're going to see an early rotation by Obelisk to the bot lane. They're going forward. We see the jump forward from Lindis. We see a flash, so that's Ignite. Looks like Lindis is going to be first blood. There's the heal that comes out, but it's not enough. First blood. Spicy Boys will pick this up. We see him press pulled back. He might be in a little bit of trouble. He sees the flash come out. They get the boomerang. Oh, that was close. The very tip of it hit him on the coming back. And what a good move by Obelisk. They got a little too aggressive there in the bot lane at the perfect time on the side of Team Fish Taco. And Revenants Black were able to capitalize on it. Looks like Obelisk is still there. And Prest has not backed yet. Top lane battles, everyone's favorite thing to watch right now. But it's nothing like the good old tank versus tank. Jim McCann on the Poppy does have a surprisingly good output of damage, especially early on when you have 0 items versus 0 items. The Corrupting Potion is on Jensen though, so you should have a little bit more sustain on his side. We do see the Dorn shield for Jim McCain, but I mean, it's It's not the same. It's not the same. Look at that damage. Look at that shield throw. Chained up. He's going to go forward, though. And Taco Hoarder might be in some trouble. As his clone popped out, he's trying to bait it. We did see the rotate from Master, but Jensen on LeSean shot him hard. Linus is going to throw out his winner's bite, and there's a special. Press goes forward. That might be a little bit. No, Seawolf does not pull him back, actually. He just did a quick pop. Obelisk has found Master's none, and this is what I was talking about. If you get found out by a Camille as a Maokai, we see flash forward, double flash though. Obelisk looks it for it. Jim McCain is here, but Jensen's on the way. Who's gonna die? Obelisk is gonna pick it up. Master None is going down. Jim McCain looks to be next. We see him flash the wall. Looks like Babylot does land it. He's going for this. He gets the ignite down. He's one more auto, and that's it. Babylot will get this kill. And Press is gonna go down on the bot lane. Meanwhile, it looks like Lindis is gonna be next. He will get the proc onto Spicy Boys, but it's not enough. And Lindis is gonna die. Seawolf picking it up. A battle on two fronts. And just like I said, they picked the Maokai jungle. But if you run into the Camille, you cannot win the 1v1. Exactly what happened. Obelisk was there. He sold him for the most part. Got him, you know, to about, what, a 1/7 of his health. We saw Jim McCain try to make the rotation down, but it wasn't enough. Jensen and Babylot were there to follow up and keep their jungle safe. I'm surprised we didn't see a rotation by Taco Hoarder. Is level 6, but it looks like Babylot's going to go in. The Ignite is down. He actually forces the flash out of Taco Hoarder. That is amazing. That is not what you want to have happen. Babylot was at, what, half health, roughly? When he went in onto Taco Hoarder, and he was able to get Ignite and Flash and still survive. Has the Hextech Revolver right now. We're going to have to see if Team Fish Taco could turn this one around. It's at almost a 3,000 gold lead in favor of Revenants. Black at the moment, 5 kills to 0. About 7 minutes in. You get look at the offensive warding by Revenants Black. They got a pink ward and a regular ward on both sides of that red buff. Just took out the pink ward, but it looks like they know. Babylot is in that jungle, though, just in case Team Fish Taco make the rotation. It doesn't look like they're going to even bother. We'll have to see when both top laners decide when to use, and if they do make good TP plays. It looks like Jensen's getting quite a bit of damage down on Jim McCain. Tried to get the Aftershock to hit him, but not close enough. Ooh, lots of damage on the Babylot, and he quickly gets out after seeing Obelisk. I will have a co-caster with me, kind of. My daughter decided to wake up after an hour of sleeping, after she was oh so tired. Looks for the pool, doesn't land it. I think even if he did land it, it wouldn't have really amounted to anything, sadly enough. And that's just the thing, is like, even if you land a good pool with Seawolf, or with the Pike, going into this lane, it's not going to result in probably the best circumstances. I would now it probably would, I should say. Well, hold on, let me look. So we got 2 long swords compared to the Berserker Greaves with a long sword and a cull. Yeah, I would like to say that Revenants Black have the upper hand at the moment. But looks like Obelisk has found Master None. He does smite it up, but Jensen's here as well. Doesn't matter. Here comes the Hextech Ultimatum. And it looks like actually he's doing quite a bit of damage. He has blue buff and red buff. Does not matter though. Obelisk is going to pick this up. Jensen locking him down. He did quite a bit of damage. I'm actually surprised at the amount of damage he was doing. Oh, looks like Taco might find Obelisk. He's looking for him. Oh, misses the chain barely. Jensen was right there to try and capitalize on it. Babylot wasn't even close by, so good rotation by Taco Hoarder. Maybe he could have tried to get something out of him. I don't know. Whoa. That was weird. And there we go. Babylot has the Ignite down. He's looking for it. He's chained up, though. And Taco Hoarder's looking for a way out. And he's going to be just fine. Barely getting away from Babylot. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Seawolf's hunting. He is level 6. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. Oh, he's not going to get there in time. Jimmy Kane still playing fairly aggressive. Went for the Glacial Shroud first item. That's very surprising. Does have a Null Magic Mantle, but still, Glacial Shroud first item. I find that kind of odd, especially since you're against a Lysandra, pure magic damage. I mean, maybe he knows something that I don't, but I think every person I've ever talked to, or every person who's told me otherwise, you know, usually you build for your lane as your first item. Or especially if you can itemize into it. So I think at least the Spectre's Cowl first would have been great. Then go for the Glacial Shroud into whatever you're trying to build. But it looks like red team will get it. Or Revenants Black, excuse me. And Lindis might be in trouble, actually. He's stunned up. Oh, wait, almost he's in trouble. There's the shutdown, though. We see go over to Impress. But Seawolf is going to get one kill, and that's going to be it. Oh, my lord. Obelisk thought they had the kill. What a interesting rotation by Lindis to just waltz up there to look for the dragon. Revenants Black do take it, so they will have a Windrake on their side, but you could just definitely see that Team Fish Taco almost can't fight in any circumstance. They do get the kill into Obelisk, but Lindis instantly died afterward. Now Jensen has found Jin. Is he going to be able to fight this? Not using any mana at the moment. There you go. They use the Hextech Protobot. He does root him up, but here comes Master at None. Is he going to get the kill? Jimmy Kane, he has to flash away. Jensen's looking for a flash support. Doesn't get it. He might be in trouble now. The ult is not available. Here goes the sapling. Is he in range? Yes. Jensen, get away, Jensen. Oh, he's going to die, Jensen. Oh, he barely survives. But here comes Babylot. Looking for the return. Obelisk is here, too. We see the root come out. Does not matter. Hashtag ultimatum goes in. And that's it. Obelisk gets the kill. Jimmy Kane is going to look for it. No! Jensen able to kill before he slams that hammer down. And it looks like the bot lane is our quietest lane for this game at the moment. Although we do see 2 and 2 on both laners. Lindis uses the stand behind me. Just making sure I didn't get those mixed up. Dash forward. Spicy Boy taking a little bit of poke. And that's what you're going to do. Like, as a Lucian, you see that the support was taking the ward out. You just dash forward. You know Spicy Boy's on a Sivir. Can't really fight you that well right now. At least not in like a 2-second trade scenario. And we're going to see Revenants Black take the Rift Herald. Things are looking dim right now for Fish Taco. They're 4,000 gold behind. Their Maokai jungle pick isn't really panning out for them as well as they would hope it would be. 0-3 and 0 right now. It hasn't made a very big impact around the map at all. We've seen one gank, and that was in the top lane, and that failed. So I believe Team Fish Taco is probably going to want to look for those team fights. They're going to see Jim McCain start getting the items on the Poppy, start seeing the 2 big tanks in the form of Poppy and Maokai coming out. So when the team fights do happen, their damage dealers of Impressed and Taco Order can do what they want to do. But at the same time, Revenants Black, they have a lot of engage. They have basically 3 assassins at this point, 4 assassin style champions, you could say, who you can just get to Impressed easily. We're going to see Babylot go in, and Taco Order is ignited up. Flash forward, but you're going to die anyway. That's an easy kill for Babylot. Taco's health just disappeared. Jensen going forward. But what I was trying to say is, Jensen, Obelisk, Babylot, and Seawolf all have easy ways to get to that back line and can just easily jump on Impressed. But they're going to go forward. We see the ult from Impressed, but it doesn't matter. He gets pulled up. Looks like Seawolf is stunned up. See a flash from Lindis. He's trying to get the passive down. Spicy Boy is trying to ult away, but it's not a flash forward. Is he going to be able to pocket? He's looking for it. He does get the Winter's Bite down. He's stunned up. Will Impressed get there in time? Looks like Babylot's just going to go under the tier 3 tower. And they're going to take the tier 2 with this Rift Herald. Jim McCain, was 2 levels behind. Looks like Jensen went forward. There's the ult. Did almost no damage. Uses the Hextech Probot. Who's going to win this? The ult from Jensen. Is it enough? It is. Oh, he misses on the Jin. Does root him up. He's going to keep chasing it. He's out of mana. Oh, my. Oh my, oh my. Extremely close for both of them, actually. And there they go. From behind, X-Tech Ultimatum. Does not matter. Babylon will pick this up. Master of None. Looking for his own ult. Does land it, but he better not go in. There's no way. And they're going to get out scot-free. I don't know how Jim McCain didn't see that one coming. They were just mid lane. They were just in that mid lane. And you're fighting Jensen until you're almost dead. And then instead of just trying to back maybe as fast as possible or just teleporting the safest way out, you stay there and you just, you know, have them come behind tower. And Press gets pulled. We're going to see that bot tower go down. The gold lead slipping away from them more and more. 7,000 in favor of Revenants Black. Let's see where this gold is going. Oh, that is just not what you want to see right now. Team Fish Taco, their Master at None has more gold than Taco Hoarder. That's not good. You that is definitely not good. Obviously, playing as an assassin, you know, a LeBlanc, a Kali, or anyone of that nature, like you want to be ahead. Like you know, you gotta be ahead. But if you have less gold, then you're a slow farming jungler for the most part. That's just not good. But Lindis looks like he's caught out. Seawolf's looking for him. He does see the ult come out, but is it enough? Oh, stopwatch to dodge Seawolf's ult, but they're gonna keep going in. Master None tries to go some way. Babylon's here, but Babylon's gonna go down. Obelisk came over the wall. Looks like Master None's going to flash forward from Seawolf, misses a stun. Spicy Boys ults it up. He tries to heal to get away, but it's not enough, and Impress is just going to die as well. Here comes Taco Hoarder. He's looking for somebody, misses the chain, but he doesn't matter. The Electrocute and Ignite will be enough. Ooh, what a good move by Taco Hoarder. Obelisk is looking for him. Does he find the right one? Doesn't matter with the Tiamat. And it looks like Obelisk might just die here. He flashes out, but he's going to run into the sapling in the bush. Use the Hectic on him. Not enough, though. Master None. There you go. He's getting tanky now. And now Seawolf is going to try to run away. That's why we see the fight in the top lane. Seawolf will be fine. Now, like I said, I was worried about Master None on the Maokai in the early game. But we're getting to that point to where they're going to get 1 or 2 items on them. And as you can see, just the pure tankiness of Master None and the fact that he has the, you know, the passive healing is pretty good. He did have help, obviously, from Taco Hoarder, and he, you know, wasn't necessarily focused the entire time. But yeah, this is what's going to happen. If Team Fish Taco can take it to that later stage of the game, as long as Impressed and Taco Hoarder don't get completely obliterated within the first few seconds of the fight or get caught out, they should be able to do pretty okay with their 2, you know, mega tanks, you could say. As long as Lindis is playing his duty correctly, keeping Impressed alive, they should do quite fine. Again, there's 4 threats to get to that back line fairly easily from all, you know, 4 extremely damaging champions. We will see that Seawolf will be going for the tanky side of a Pyke instead of that, you know, Dustblade into whatever. Lindis is again going to stumble into the Dragon. Can they steal this? Taco Hoarder looking for it. No, looks like Revenants Black will take it, but Obelisk is going over the wall. So did Babylon. Babylon does flash forward, gets the kill on the Taco Hoarder, and that's enough. We see the ult come out from Master None, but will it be enough? No, Babylon gets a double kill. We will see Impress kill Babylon, though. Obelisk has to get out. Here comes a TP from Jensen. Is it enough, though? Master None's rooted up. He's stunned up. There's the ult. Not enough. Seawolf played it too early. Does not matter. That's a shutdown. Here we go. Spicy Boys is looking for it. Jim McCain stops Obelisk's momentum there. But is it enough? Flash forward. It looks like Impress is caught out, and Impress is going to die. Spicy Boys picks up. Here's the ult. Jim McCain hits none. And Jim McCain might just go down. He flashes over the wall. Red buff is on him, so he's slowing his movement a little bit. Seawolf is on the hunt. Can he pull him the wall? Can he pull over the wall? Not enough. Gets the pull. He's not going to go for the stun. He's okay, he stuns that way. And so it looks like this inhib is going to go down in the mid lane. Revenants Black in control. 9,000 gold ahead. 8.3k. And yeah, I mean, again, they're just getting caught out in really random spots. We saw Lindis yet again walk up to the Dragon Pit. You knew they were there, but he tries to walk forward. And you can't leave your team like that. Obelisk and Babolat, and Obelisk, actually, correction, all 4 of the backline damage threats all have a way to get over a wall without expelling their flash. So, the fact that, you know, the Lindis on the Braum just walked around the Dragon Pit just to get in there, knowing that they were there, it was probably one of the biggest, you know, losing factors of that fight. Yeah. What's wrong? And it seems to be that my daughter's upset at some of the decisions Team Fish Taco is making as well. Subtly agreeing with me that Lindis was a little bit out of position there, walking around that Dragon Pit. $9,000 gold ahead now. The gold need just continuing to increase for Revenants Black. So assuming this game is lost for Team Fish Taco, we'll kind of have to wonder what they're going to look forward or look to do in the next match. Maybe not pick Maokai as a jungle. Obelisk is going to go over. Lindis does ult to try to get away, but he's just getting pulled back over the wall. Seawolf on it today, and Jensen will pick this one up. Kind of smart by Lindis, though, not to expel his flash. He knew he was dead, and they're just going to take Baron at this point. But assuming this game is lost for Team Fish Taco, I mean, I wonder in their own minds if they're just going to continue to try to play it out, hope for the best of things. And, you know, maybe they're already considering what they should do for the next game. Like I said, I don't know if, like, even though, again, Maokai may have been buffed just a little bit, I don't know if it's enough, or, yeah, it was enough to warrant picking him for that jungle. I mean, he was first picked. It was a first pick Maokai. And he got punished heavily. He's 2-4-2, so he's done more. He went from 0-3 to 0 to 2-4-2. So obviously he's done more as the game's transitioned later on, you know, as a Maokai would do. But in a game, in a game or meta or however you want to call it, that is, you know, really focused on how fast you can get the ball rolling. You can't have that happen too many times, especially when the opposite position or the same position of the opposite team is potentially going to, you know, pick somebody who can make those really early plays. So, I mean, that's my opinion, right? That's purely my opinion on the matter. And looking for it, they know he's there, and he almost gets pulled back. Looks like Jensen went forward, throws the ult down. I don't know if that was the best move. They can't really. I mean, they don't really need it in a fight right now. Babolat's gonna sit in the mid lane. They're gonna take this tier 2 for nothing. Pulls Jin back. Jin goes in, does get the stun onto Obelisk though. We see the route forward though. Obelisk will put the Hextech ultimatum down on the Master of None, but it's not enough. We see the flash though from Lindis, and Jimmy Kane's gonna die. Seawolf has the. He gets 2 actually. Actually has 4 kills. Babylon on the backline. We didn't even see him. A taco holder is the last one surviving. We see the flash come out. Who flashed? Oh, Spicy Boys flashed. Yeah, the game's over. Revenants Black will take this first game of this best of 3 series. And we'll have to see if Team Fish Taco can bring him back.